Hello everyone, this is Frogz Master 595. Here I am, big upload day, really, bigger than that other stupid one I said. Look at it. Look, this is why I'm hot, Frogz prototype, obviously. I'll finally say the name again on this channel, Grandstand, who is now active again, and I said I wasn't really going to bring them up until they came back, and here we are. And I just want to point this out. I don't think I need to do a whole video on it. Not like the whole Maybell thing where I got the name right and I had to be like, oh, I got it right, you were wrong. Well, actually, technically I was wrong, I guess, about the Grandstand coming back, but I still might be right, I don't know. I said that I was pretty sure it would not happen in June, and it definitely didn't, and I was not surprised. And then I said there was a possibility that it maybe would not happen in July, but I thought that they would come back in July. Well, they didn't. I mean, they were very close to coming, very, very close to coming back in July, but they didn't. So, I was wrong there, but I'm pretty sure, I didn't look back at the video. I'm pretty sure I said maybe August. Well, that's when they came back, obviously. They came back August 1st, so they were so close to coming back in July, but they were off. The plan, once we were a few days into July, was that they were going to come back a week after the 4th, or 2 weeks after the 4th. That clearly didn't happen, but it's fine because they're posting stuff now, they're listing stuff. It's like February again, I guess. Well, not quite. We haven't gotten to the kind of items that February had yet, but it's gonna be like February very soon. Don't you worry, I can feel it. But anyway, this item that I got from them, I got this in I got this in February. Oh man, I got this in February. It's been a while. I got it at February 26th or the 27th, I think. The day that I unboxed this was today. There's the day that yeah. So I don't really like thinking about the day that I got this because of that. It's kind of bummed out in that unboxing, a lot. That wasn't good. Thankfully, that did not happen on the day I got the Maybell, which is the one thing I have from them that works. I have 7 things from Grandstand. All of you should know that by now. But you may have noticed with this guy, well, there's my upload of him, of course, which I had forgot to put in the Frogz collection playlist. That was weird. It happens to be the prototype one that I forget to put in there. It's crazy. Not that, though. I already talked about that. So you know how I uploaded a video of him moving? I mean, that was a very short video, but that was definitely him moving. That wasn't some weird edit. You could tell that was real. You could hear the mechanical noises, and you could tell it was edited kind of quickly, but it's fine. You got to see him move. Well, there's nothing of him working now. I just want to say that. This is still, the button is still rusted up, so when you try to push it, there's no clicking. It's it's stuck. I think you know what I mean. There's other items from them that were like this. I think I have one other one where it's stuck like this, but I'm not sure. For some reason, I can't even remember that. I don't know. I don't think there is, actually. They have more items that are on the way to being listed where the buttons are like this, but this is the only one I have that's like it. But he is still nowhere better. I at least know now that there is no split gear at all. There's no bad belt or anything. I know that because this is clearly not split. But that I knew already. That's definitely fine. You got to see that move, and it wasn't making any kind of splitting noises, so that's good. But, so the side to side is good, but the head and arms are good too. Now, I wasn't able to really move the head or arms at all at first. Now I definitely can. I don't really want to move it like that. I think I can, like, move the head down. But, maybe not. I could do it if I could, like, hold both of the arms. Then I could, okay, I could do it. Kind of. You could tell that it does. See that you can tell the head's more down now, yeah. So it's good. Just got to push the arms back. I do not want to mess with the face, though. I don't like pushing in the face when I'm trying to move the head. So, now I just heard a tiny little crack, so I gotta stop doing that. So the arms and head do move. They shouldn't be split at all. Of course, its reason for not working is all of the wire problems, which you should have known already. There's a wire off of the motor that makes the head and arms go up and down, so that's why they weren't moving. It's not because it was split. There's a wire off of the button. I think it was already off, but now it's, like, actually off. Although I don't have it sticking out, it's actually in there. It also doesn't have a zip tie still, which it had been like that since February. It's still just as dirty as what it was, but it's not gotten damage or anything. Well, except for, like, that wire getting looser. Because I needed to take that completely out to see if the only problem was that, which I got it to move side to side because of doing that, so I guess that was good that I did that, but there was something else that happened with this. So, and it's all just wire problems. I thought that this may have been fried or was frying. It's definitely not fried right now, but it might be frying, but it might not be. It's hard to tell. This is a prototype, and this is, I think, prototype, but it might just be kind of prototype. I don't think there's any EEPROM on this, which is that little thing that's on the circuit board. I don't think it has that. It didn't look like it did. I know I could show you the insides, but I don't think it's big enough of a thing. You know, you saw the video of it actually moving already, and it was kind of a part there. You don't really need to see what it looks like. It's very similar to any other Frogz mech, really. It's just there's a circuit board difference. So, this guy has 3 circuit boards. Yeah, that's why I was thinking maybe this is a real prototype and not some really late sample prototype. I know it says sample on right there on the tags, but I don't know. Although I don't really see an EEPROM, so I guess it's not like prototype kind of thing. But, I mean, if I could hear the audio, which, by the way, I don't know what's up with that because both the wires are on the speaker. Well, I think the speaker is actually just completely bad. Like, the speaker itself, not the wires, because the wires are both on there. There's this long green wire that's off, but I have no idea where that goes. Like, no idea whatsoever. I don't know. And then there was this gray wire that actually went to the contact. That came off because I accidentally pressed the circuit. I was trying to get one of the circuit boards on the side, this little small one, back down in there tight, and it hit the wire a bit, and then the wire came off because of the force of the circuit board. So I didn't realize that the wire was right there. Yeah, that was my fault. That was dumb, but whatever. I would just put that little wire back on the contact, and then I put the two wires together, and it moved again, so that's fine. And I trimmed all of those wires that were off so that there was a part of it actually exposed. That way you could test things, putting them in places, which I wasn't putting them all over the place, obviously, especially since this is a prototype, but I tried putting the wire that clearly went to the motor to make the head and arms move, because I could clearly tell where that was supposed to go, especially since I've seen other items and I just know that's where that one wire needed to go. And it sparked, so for some reason I didn't want to do that again. I don't know. I don't like seeing spark from it, so I'm sure if I felt that, it would just be like a shock, but still, I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to test it. Clearly it had to go there, though. I mean, right? I don't know, but it sparked. It was bright. I could see it. It wasn't big, but like, I could see it. You know? It was noticeable. So, yeah, this guy has 3 circuit boards. So, the big one, again, no EEPROM, pretty sure. I didn't completely take that one out. The other 2 I did, but this big one is like right here. And then there's a small one right over here. And another small one over here. Pretty simple. Just 2 little circuit boards, a bigger one. The rest of it basically looks like other Frogz. I think so. I think it's pretty similar. And this, I guess, should be a late prototype, so that would make sense, because again, it's got the sample tag there. Which not all Gemmy prototypes got that tag, I think. But I might be wrong on that. If you heard me burp there, then excuse me. But I don't think you could hear it, so I didn't have to say that. Huh. Although my ear is bad, so you probably did. Like, my ear is really bad. But not bad enough to where I wouldn't be able to hear audio out of this. There definitely was no audio. No idea where that green wire went. But it was long. It looked like it would go to the speaker, but there were 2 wires on that speaker. But that speaker looked really bad. It was very not good. It looked like it was the worst speaker I've ever seen. It looked so bad. It wasn't like cracked or anything. It's just a lot of stuff on it. Stuff that should not be on it. So, yeah, that's not gonna help. So that whole speaker probably just needs to get replaced. That's probably what's up with this. So, there's just more wires off of it now. There's a wire off of one of the contacts. There's another wire off of the contact, I think, like a red one, because there's a gray one off that needs to be on the contact. And then there's a red one that's off that I think goes to a contact or maybe somewhere on the board. And that red one is small. There's the button wires that need to be put back onto the button, and the button needs to get replaced because it's rusted, so it won't click. And then there's that green wire that's off. And then there's there's a brown wire that needs to go to the motor to make the head and arms move. So 1 brown wire, 2 green wire, 3 button wires, 4 button, 5 little red wire, 6 gray wire. 7 speaker. It's got 7 problems, and they're all kind of big. Except for that little red wire, because it moved without that red wire connected, but maybe that red wire has to do with the arms, head moving? I don't know. I really don't know, but it is very weird. It was weird, you know. I could kind of figure out the problems with it, but I kind of couldn't. So I'm not fixing this guy. I've stated that on Discord. I don't know if I said that on here yet, but I'm not. Someone else will do it. I know who, but maybe I should leave it as a secret for some of you. But some of you know already, but I'll leave it a secret for some of you other guys, and I'll reveal it later, I guess. I'll probably reveal it pretty soon, but I won't reveal it yet. I'll hide it off for a little bit. This guy still looks very cool. Again, he is dirty, but, you know, he's neat. It's just there's a spot there. And, well, if you lift his shirt up, it's just that. It's not really dirty. It just looks like other frogs. I guess it's more exposed there because I had to kind of rip off the upper part of the skin. He has a lot of dirty dirt under his arms, though, when you lift up his sleeves, which I've not lifted up his sleeves much, but I want to show. So you got this side, which it's a bit dirty. A little bit. It's noticeable. Then there's this side. Ugh. Yeah. You see that? How did it get there? That's under the black. Like, it's not bad there, but it's bad on the part where it's covered. Dang. It's not the worst, but, like, it's kind of worse when you're looking at it from further back. Yeah. That's what happens when you get this, so I like to keep that hidden. It's not, again, not as bad on the right side, but I still like to keep it hidden because that just, no, that doesn't look very nice. I don't want that visible. It's bad to have that visible. Got to keep his sleeves, his very long sleeves. You got to keep those nice and down. That way you can't see that. There's his face again, which is it's kind of dirty. It's a little dirty over here, probably all over it to be honest. But there's that spot up there. It's still kind of dirty to be honest, but it's not the dirtiest thing. That Blue Pondy replay sure is a lot more dirtier. Ugh, that. At least this did not look as bad as that, but this is still kind of dirty. And then there's the bottom, which, you know, that is just, ugh. The tags are ruined and the door is ruined, and this part's a little ruined too. And that tag is really bad too. Not much to do with that, though. I guess you could try to clean that, but I don't know. I think that would be kind of hard. I hope this doesn't die on me. Bit dirty up there. This isn't really dirty because that's kind of where the mech is. But the mech's not really dirty, actually. The mech's pretty clean. It's pretty clean under there. It's just there's the speaker, but the rest of it's clean. I think, from the way it looked, it was. Even the boards looked pretty good, actually, which that's a good thing, so I guess it shouldn't be fried, but that speaker was horrible. And there's a bunch of wires off. There's like 6 freaking wires off, so that's a problem, and this is rusted. And it's still noticeably dirty, so he needs to be better. I'll do a review on this with it not good, and then I'll do a review on it when it is good. Hopefully. And then I'll do another video of it with me not talking at all where it's working. And for this video, it's over. Peace.